Hi, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Today, Bruce and I are once again joined by Mike Collins. We give our thoughts on what Thanksgiving means to us. We discuss having a heart of gratitude instead of grumbling and how to navigate this season when life is already pretty tough. And with God as my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Please enjoy this bonus episode of the Ministry of Freedom Show. Happy Thanksgiving. Woo. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to give a little abbreviated bonus episode for Thanksgiving, and people can hopefully watch it on Thanksgiving morning and move on with their day with family, friends, loved ones, not so loved ones, and maybe give them something to discuss and share throughout the day. So Mike Collins is with us again. And, I was thinking, Mike, and I forgot to do this, is the audience is going to want to know how to connect with you.
All right.
So can you tell everyone where they can find you on socials and what socials you use and are active on?
Active on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on the X a little bit, but.
Do we call it the X now?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So is it just, what's your Insta?
My Insta is IAM3MC, IAM3MC, and then Facebook, Mike Collins.
Okay. So people can find you pretty easily.
Yep.
All right, good. Anything before we get rolling, fellas?
Nope. Just if you're watching this on YouTube, please do us a favor, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, as they say.
Make a comment.
Right. Please do comment. We're going to try and cover some comments in the next show. And we're available every Tuesday morning at 6 a.m. on all of the podcasts.
On all the
platforms.
Stuff. And I was playing around and I see we're on Audible.
We're on Audible.
All right.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, if you're on Audible.
I'm on Audible all the time. So it was a groundbreaking moment for me.
Very good.
I've never been on it. I would like to make a quick announcement that I've got on my merch.
Oh, my goodness. Sporting the shirt. Yep. Very nice.
Merch is also available. I know you're going to say that, but
it's actually not.
Oh, yeah.
Thus not saying it. But it was available to you, and I appreciate you repping.
We have a sneak peek.
It's very nice. Thank you for that.
I had 2 or 3 people stop and ask me where I got it this morning, actually.
Really?
No, but they will. I had this on. No, they would have.
Yeah, you could have just went with yes.
Yeah, they probably would have.
It doesn't have to be a bastion of honesty. It's okay. Yeah. What about your thoughts on Thanksgiving?
I'm for it.
Yeah, me too. And it's just kind of the generic thoughts, anything that's...
I like what you mentioned about the family getting together. Some we like, some we don't.
Yeah.
For me, it's pretty easy. I get along with everybody, but I can remember some years beyond in the past where maybe there's that crazy uncle or whatever there. And so far, yeah, I'm happy to get together. I live out of state. So when I come home for the holidays, it's cool to get together and see everybody.
It is. I would challenge you that if you're at Thanksgivings and there isn't a crazy uncle, you're the crazy uncle, dude. That's who you've become. If you think, oh, my family's together and normal, then you're the one that they're referring to as crazy.
Just before I got here, my wife mentioned to me on the phone that about me wearing a tinfoil hat sometimes. And I said, could I get some examples? And she's like, yeah, you've got just some of that conspiracy
She doesn't have it, though. She doesn't have any concrete examples.
I don't think so, because everything I say is probably right.
Okay. Bruce,
the crazy uncle.
Yes. Do you have any thoughts on Thanksgiving?
There is zero doubt that I am the crazy uncle.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you have, 40 people coming to the plantation?
Right around 40 people coming to
is that true?
To the compound. Yeah, that is true.
Wow.
Yeah. Both sides of the family. This is our holiday.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Good for you, man.
I'm going to smoke a turkey.
Nice. You ever deep fry a turkey?
No, that's not.
No,
I'm not that redneck.
Oh, well, you got the hat.
I know.
That's why I asked.
I literally look like I would be the type of person that would deep fry a turkey, but I'm scared of fire.
Yeah. Well, good. You should be.
my dad called and said, hey, your mom's getting a turkey, and they're divorced, but we have the weird Thanksgiving thing where a lot of the exes come together. So anyway, your mom's bringing a turkey. I'm going to make a prime rib, but I was thinking about making ribs too. He's like, is that weird? It's like all the meats, buddy, whatever.
So our Thanksgiving meal this year. So it's first Thanksgiving. It's a little different life for me. So we are just the two of us going to have Thanksgiving at the new house, and we are having filet and crab legs.
Perfect.
All right.
So that's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll start a new tradition. All right, so let's jump into some of my Thanksgiving thoughts here that I jotted down. So certainly a time where we reflect back, hopefully with a heart of gratitude on what we have, blessings, family, friends, health, successes, all that kind of stuff. That's important. I'm thankful for this show. This has been something really cool that's changed my life. I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for the good friendships. I'm grateful for the audience for seeking us out in this first few episodes and giving us an hour or so each week of their time. That's very humbling and honoring. I'm grateful for my new relationship and with her daughter, for my health, and for the new life that I think God is creating for me. So it's a pretty reflective season, and it's way better than I would have thought it would be as I tried to look forward to it this last summer. I thought, man, Thanksgiving's going to suck.
Congratulations.
And it doesn't. So it's actually pretty great. I'm grateful for the trials too. And this will piggyback on last week's talk, but I'm grateful for the trials and for those who've played a role in those, because as we discussed, I need that stuff. And it's weird because I've come to terms with I need those trials and I need that stuff and those challenges because I have to develop those calluses. I think it's important to develop heart calluses in life, as weird as that sounds.
I can see that. Yes.
And I think it's important because it allows us to battle. It allows us to get better, hardens us up a little bit, which we should be getting as we get older. We shouldn't be soft as we get older. So I'm grateful for all of that stuff.
You don't know if you're strong if you haven't been tested.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Yep.
I think that's good. So another thought that I had about Thanksgiving, because I've had rough holiday seasons in my life too. And a lot of people have rough holiday seasons. It's not all kumbaya for everybody. Every time November, December rolls around, it's not all celebrations for everybody. So there's people out there that are really struggling, and Thanksgiving is tough for them. And I think they're probably finding it not only difficult to draft their Thanksgiving list. You know, we go through, I'm grateful for this and this and this. There's people whose list is pretty empty as they sit down to try to write it. And that might be hard for some of us to understand, but it's real. People are living that today. As they're listening to this, there's probably people that are desperate and maybe finding it a challenge to possibly not only just write out their Thanksgiving list, but maybe they're challenged with figuring out, why am I going on?
Right.
What's the reason to even continue?
Right.
And that can be a pretty dark place. I've been there. I've spent Thanksgivings alone, and it's tough. I remember that for a lot of years of my life, I was that guy that got invited to everybody's Thanksgivings. And it's such a nice thing for people to do. But when you've gotten half a dozen of these in a week, it leads you to believe that, oh boy, I'm at not a great place in life because all the people I'm close to have thrown out this kind of last minute, you want to come hang out with us type of a invitation. And as nice as it is, it can kind of almost make you feel desperate. And for me, it was better just to spend some of those alone. And I wanted to take a minute to just say to the audience and anyone that's in that spot that it's important to be encouraged during this time. Take some encouragement about what you're hearing from this show. Better days are coming. I can sit here with joy in my heart, even after those years of desperation, but it's tough to get through that. And people just need to stick with it and understand that they're not alone. And if you're desperate and you're seeking some kind of sign, this is it. This is the sign. Listening to this can be your sign to just keep rolling and allow hearing this to be encouragement you need to keep going, to be present in your pain and to seek out God, however that looks for you. And I know before I knew Jesus, for me, even in desperation, when I didn't know Jesus, had no desire to, never picked up a Bible or been to church in my life, I sometimes found myself talking to my ceiling because that's where God lived.
Right.
He's up there. Right. So you kind of look at your ceiling and you have those talks. I wasn't even sure if God existed, and I'm pretty sure he was far away from me at that point, but it does actually help. So give it a try if that's you and see if it helps you through the day. Thoughts?
Would you suggest that? I guess I would suggest, and I remember I had one Thanksgiving Christmas where I was in a bad spot, and I got invited. My girlfriend at the time invited me to come to her family. I didn't go. I just recently got divorced. Mm-hmm. Kids were with their mom. I would say going back, I turned down the invitation, and I remember sitting at home. It's almost like I chose to wallow.
Yep.
This, I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I would suggest to people, take the invitation. Don't choose to wallow. I mean, obviously, you made that choice at some point. In hindsight, do you wish you would took up somebody's offer rather than sitting home alone? And
I wish I could go back, and with every one of those invites, I wish I would have gone. And I would say that it happened a handful of years throughout my life. And if I would have gone on year one, I probably would have found my life in a place where I wouldn't have had the other invitations year after year, because I think my trajectory could have changed by being with other people that cared for me.
right,
We feel unworthy of the care, though, sometimes. I don't want to ruin their Thanksgiving.
right.
They're just doing
You're
it.
not going to ruin it. You're not
For
going to
sure.
go. Take it.
Right.
Take the invitation.
Yeah,
You're not
but that
gonna
was the
ruin it.
thought. I don't want to ruin their
understand.
Thanksgiving. Are they doing it out of pity? And
Right.
and it's not that way. But boy, take that step. That's a really good word.
Yeah.
Take that step and just go. And that's
'Cause
good.
It's easy when you're in that bad spot. It's just easy to just choose more sorrow.
Yeah.
Like you think everybody's against you. You think
Yeah.
the world's against
Yeah.
you. So then it's just like, whatever. I'm gonna.
You almost
this.
deserve it. You feel that you almost deserve it. I deserve to be alone. I've acted this way. I've treated people this way.
And that's how you get alone, and that's how where your mind turns to these things you're talking, these dark spots of why am I even here, and does anybody even care?
That's right.
And had you just took the invitation, so I would say take the invitation, and if you have to invite yourself to somebody's, then call a friend.
That's it. Yeah.
Tell me I'm alone. I don't want to be alone.
Show up at my house for crab.
Because you know what you never hear at Thanksgiving dinner is, oh no, we ran out of food.
Right.
That's right.
It's literally who's taking all of this food.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you're there, eat.
Yeah. So I think that's really good. Isolation is bad.
It is.
So I get the image in my mind of the Discovery Channel where you see the zebras or whatever, and there's just the whole herd of them, and there they go, right? And you got the predator kind of laying in wait, kind of the lion, the enemy's over there in wait for him, and the one that kind of strays off, what happens to that one?
Yeah, it goes down.
Yeah, all the time. So isolation is the problem, and this is a time of year where you'd think that isolation would be the least, but I think it's probably where it's felt the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really good. Thank you for sharing that, Mike, because I think if people will take that advice, it's going to be a whole different holiday season. And it's going to parlay them into a 2024 that's going to be probably life-changing. It's good. Anything to add to that, Bruce?
No, I think that's brilliant. For sure. Take the invite.
For sure. I also was thinking about grumbling. So when I think about gratitude, I think about grumbling. And I can tend to grumble a little bit, and I do it to myself a lot. In fact, I have kind of a part of my devotional time each morning. There's a structured kind of prayer list that I'll add to daily and stuff. And one of the things that I have on there that's to myself is I pray to God to help me have a heart of gratitude instead of grumbling. And I pray it out loud every day. I'm like, God, you bless me with a lot. Why am I grumbling?
Right.
Help me to fight against that. And throughout my career, leading people and things, you deal with a lot of grumbling. Those people that barely show up for work on time, and they're always pissed off in the morning and they're grumbling already. Yeah. I'd stop them. I'd say, hey, you okay, man? Yeah, but no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Because we're grumbling.
Yeah.
And I would say stuff to him that would freak him out. I'd be like, hey, who wiped your butt this morning? What? Well, nobody. You should be thankful for that, because some people don't have that luxury.
Right.
Were you able to get out of bed on your own, or did somebody help you out and put you in the chair and wheel you into the bathroom?
Right.
Well, no, obviously not. Oh, okay. So you've got some things to be thankful for already. Why is your day this bad?
Right.
Go, can you breathe on your own?
Yeah.
It's pretty great. We can work from there. Let's just not be grumblers.
Right.
But man, we're just so prone to it. So prone to it. Remember that grumbling and gratitude can't exist at the same time in the same heart. It's impossible.
Right.
You can't at the same moment feel both.
Yeah.
But it's a choice. And I think the default is if you put the oars down, those are oars, right?
Yeah. For the boat.
Yeah. If you put the oars down, the default is you're going to drift to grumbling.
Yeah.
So you got to paddle. You got to make the conscious choice to paddle towards gratitude. And I think that's important.
And I say that a lot to people. It is a decision. Just what you just said is exactly right. It's a decision. If you're sad, you have to choose to not be sad. If you're grumbling, you have to choose to not be grumbling.
Yeah.
And you just, sometimes making the conscious thought is all it takes. So, I mean, I tell people that a lot. It's like, choose the other. And sometimes people just need that's like a tap on the shoulder to remind them.
They need encouragement and they need to be called to the table, but sometimes the encouragement needs to be, and we're not freaking doing that.
Yeah.
Let's move on past that.
Yeah. Because there's one thing I've noticed about you, Mike, is that you're resilient to other people's grumbling, and
Right.
you're really good at calming the storm around the grumbling.
Yeah.
And if you can't get them beyond the grumble, you at least get them to where they are going on with their day.
Right.
And at least, right, and they actually are motivated. I've always thought that was great, because I've watched you have conversations with people that are literally losing their minds with whatever situation that they're having, and you're commonly you don't let the emotion of the situation take over. You keep calm, and you keep them calm, and you get results as a result.
Adding to that, then not only should you choose to not grumble, but if you see somebody that's having a bad day, talk to them,
Pick them
help
up.
them out. Yeah, pick them up. Help your brother.
That's, man, when I hear that stuff, you are not even close to any kind of a manager. You're a leader. That's the difference. Like in your businesses and things, there's plenty of people you can hire that want to be managers. But man, there's just not enough leaders. Managers are just a dime a dozen, and they actually hurt an organization. You need to be a leader. That's what leaders do. You look for other people that are down, and how can you pick them up?
Yeah.
It's good. I appreciate that about you. Ready for some Bible?
Yeah.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verses 16 through 18 from the Voice translation. So this is pretty cool. I'll tell you why. This is one sentence with 3 Bible verses in it. It's the shortest verses in the Bible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good stat.
Jesus wept.
So that's pretty short too. Right? Celebrate always. Pray constantly. Give thanks to God no matter what circumstances you find yourself in. So it's not a suggestion. It's part of Paul's letter to the people that are in this region. I'm going to butcher this word, but Thessalonica, that's why it's called 1 Thessalonians, is a region over there. And this is Paul writing to them, telling them, hey, this is what I want you to do. So this is the word of God being very clear on what to do, not a suggestion. So what's the first thing it tells us to do? Celebrate. People can get on board with that.
Yeah.
Generally. Pray. All right. That's pretty important.
Mm-hmm.
Give thanks no matter the circumstance. So Christian person or not, fellas, I'll throw this out to you as a question. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Would you agree your life would be better if you consistently did those 3 things?
Absolutely.
100%.
That's one of those, man, that's tough to argue with. Somebody will, right?
And I don't do all 3 all the time.
No. So you're one of those humans that fall short a little bit of
Sometimes.
what the Bible's telling us to do.
Yeah.
Darn it. Well, you can't sit with us.
Okay. you're quoting Mean Girls at me.
Mike, we will be wearing pink every Wednesday.
By the way.
Okay.
Butter is a carb. I'm done. Sorry. So here's a few pieces of advice. So it's not an action call like we like to do in some of these shows, but this was just on my heart. Let's be determined to not celebrate only on special occasions. We can celebrate randomly all the time. Find reasons to celebrate. Let's not pray only when life sucks, because a lot of us are prone to that, right?
Yeah.
I haven't prayed in a long time, but man, I got a sore throat. God, please take away my sore throat, or, my kid's sick, or, hey, I'm broke, and it's fine to talk to God about that stuff, but let's pray constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to him constantly. And that's how that relationship gets developed. And let's try not to be thankful only on the 4th Thursday of November.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's 364 other days we can kind of do it. And we have just as many reasons to every one of those days, not just on that day. So the Thanksgiving part of it shouldn't be any different on the fourth Thursday in November. The gathering with family and all the food and the football and those things, that's going to feel a little different because it's not like every other day. But let's get to a place in life where the Thanksgiving part is just what we do and who we are. I think it's going to make for a better life, and it's going to start to produce better fruit.
Right.
Yeah. One thing that's super important to me, and I don't think that we shared this with you before you showed up today, a Thanksgiving tradition for me is from one of my favorite TV shows from when I was a child. Do you know where this is going to go?
I'm not sure. Will there be feats of strength?
There's not feats of strength, but that's really good. That's going to be, spoiler alert, audience, that's going to be closer to Christmas time.
Okay, Christmas
this
time.
Is the Thanksgiving show, but we're going to get there.
We will have
I promise you.
Okay,
yes, there'll be the airing of grievances as well. Yes, I'm not going to let you down.
I would like to be invited for that episode.
Yes, I won't let you down there. Right. I got a problem with all of you people. You ready, Bruce?
Oh, yeah.
Let's fire away.
Hey! What a sight, ladies and gentlemen, what a sight. The copter seems to be circling the parking area now. I guess it's looking for a place to land. No, something just came out of the back of the helicopter. It's a dark object. Perhaps a skydiver plummeting to the earth from only 2,000 feet into the air. Second to the third. There's no parachutes yet. Skydivers. I can't tell just yet what they are, but... Oh, my God, they're turkeys! Johnny, can you get this? Oh, they're crashing to the earth right in front of our eyes! One just went through the windshield of a parked car! This is terrible. The cars running around, pushing each other. Oh, my goodness! Oh, the humanity! Oh, people are running about. The turkeys are hitting the ground like sacks of wet cement. I don't know how much longer the crowd is running for their lives. I think I'm going to step inside. I can't stay out here and watch this any longer. No, I can't go in there. Children are searching for their mothers, and not since the Hindenburg tragedy has there been anything like this. I don't know how much longer I can hold my position here, Johnny. The crowd...
All right. Where were you wanting to get to the...
Yeah, we got to get to the end.
There. Thanks for that on-the-spot report, Lance.
He said children are searching for their mothers.
You just tuned in. The Pinedale Shopping Mall has just been bombed with live turkey. Film at 11.
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
There you go.
There we go.
One of the greatest shows ever.
It's just there's so much in that clip. He's not since the Hindenburg. He's just throwing out random.
The humanity.
Children are searching for their mothers. That's good. We're going to keep this one short so people can move on with their Thanksgiving holiday activities. Anything you guys want to add? Okay, thanks.
I just like to say I'm thankful for both of you guys.
All right, I'll be thankful for you.
Appreciate you, man.
Thanks.
Remember, if the show is providing you a fair exchange of time for value, to share it, review it, like it, and subscribe it. You're doing all that, right, Mike?
Absolutely.
Telling everyone you know?
Everyone I know.
Okay, appreciate that.
I actually got Advertiser of the Week this week.
You did.
I did.
It's correct. Thank you for that.
Marketer.
Yeah, it's marketing. Yeah. Thank you.
I am the ad wizard.
You are. And I like to remind everybody every week, I don't know why I do this, but I self-fund this operation. This deal ain't free.
We've added something this week. I mean,
It's true.
every week.
That's
money
right.
is spent.
That's exactly right. So the goal is impacting lives and helping as many people become the optimized versions of themselves. And the show's growth is in the audience's hands. So guys, thank you for everything. And please take that responsibility seriously. Happy Thanksgiving.